and today I have a surprise for you. Except for those who have already read the title. I'm doing my first author interview with Robyn Schneider, aka Violet Haberdasher. This is in honor of the paperback release of Nightly Academy. If you haven't heard of this book or you haven't been watching my videos for very long, this book is about a kid named Henry Grimm who gets to go to a school for knights. And the book follows him and his friends as they try to find out who is sabotaging their stay at Nightly Academy. So let's get this thing rolling, shall we? Hey Robyn, how are you doing today?
Oh my gosh, Liz, I am having a pretty awesome day, not gonna lie.
What influenced you to become an author?
Okay, so when I was 12 years old, my mom bought me a copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and I read it and absolutely freaked out. It was the most fantastic thing I had ever read in my life, and I knew that I wanted to be a writer just like Joe Rowling.
How'd you come up with the pen name Violet Haberdasher?
When my agent told me that I had to use a pen name, he broke it to me like he was telling me terrible news, you know, oh, death of a friend, your career is over kind of thing. And I was like, wait a minute, does this mean that I get to pick any name I want and people have to call me that name? And he was like, yes, Robyn, that does. Choose wisely. And I said, nope, I will be Violet Haberdasher because I've always wanted to be ridiculous.
What are some things that influenced or inspired Henry Grimm's story?
When I write, I am usually under the influence of a lot of things. No, that came out wrong. Let's try that again. I have a lot of literary influences. Yes, I have a lot of them. The first of which is definitely the Harry Potter books. I remember reading them and sort of thinking in the back of my mind that I wished Harry had always known about Hogwarts and dreamed of attending the school and had to, you know, take an examination to get in. And then once he got there, that he had been obsessed with academics in the way that I have always been obsessed with school and studying. The Crestomancy books, I loved those. I was super influenced by my coursework in medicine, in science, and in British imperialism and Victorian era literature. I also really love stories that are about characters who are outsiders and underdogs, who, you know, don't have a great destiny, who nobody really expects much from, and who are determined in their own way to prove the world wrong and to make their way in it and do something phenomenal and be extraordinary.
Hypothetically, if this book were real, who would you be most excited to meet?
Oh my gosh, I want to hang out with Frankie so badly. We would get up to so much no good.
Are there any settings in this book that maybe you visited before?
I've read a lot of Charles Dickens and I've, you know, looked at a lot of works by Gustave Doré in his East London sequence, and I was always just really fascinated with the grunginess of Victorian urbanism.
I hear you use some pretty crazy tactics to motivate yourself to write. What's one that has really done the trick?
If you write in a really creepy cafe and you tell yourself that you have to finish a chapter and you can't get up and leave until you finish that chapter, and you know that like Jack the Ripper has hypothetically murdered people in that cafe, and you could be sitting in the seat of one of Jack the Ripper's ex-victims like 100+ years later, you will probably just get your work done. I'm just putting that out there. Not that I have ever terrified myself by writing under such conditions, which is a lie.
Other than being a super fabulous author and shining that suit of armor that's always in the background of your videos, what are some things you enjoy doing in your spare time?
And my bracelets are rattling like crazy. I've got like wrist maracas going on. Sorry for my wrist maracas. I am definitely into urban spelunking, like climbing onto rooftops where I ought not to be and having picnics and photo shoots up there. I'm a foil fencer. I'm trained to sword fight you. I'm into vintage shopping. I love going to flea markets, traveling, hanging out with my YouTube friends. I am a real dork when it comes to reading. I read like super academic and highbrow books that I will not bore you with. I definitely do a lot of YouTube in my spare time. I don't have much spare time, but when I have it, I put it to good use.
Would you mind showing us your giraffe hat?
Ew, no, I am not going to show you my giraffe hat. Why would I do that? Hey Liz, guess what? Giraffe hat. Curses, I've been foiled by my clone.
Thank you so much for talking to me today, Robyn. It has truly been a pleasure.
It has not been a pleasure talking to you. This was gross. This sucked. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much for having me on your channel, Liz. It was an honor to participate, and hi Liz's subscribers, you guys are adorable. I can tell, I know this. I am anticipating the adorable of your comments. All right guys, bye 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 bye.
Hold on, happy readers. I have 2 things to tell you before you leave, and I'll keep it quick and short and all that stuff. First, the paperback book comes out on March 8th, and it is for pre-order for $5.99, and you can get it at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Borders, pretty much anywhere you can think of that sells books for the most part. I'm not gonna say like Walmart or something like that, but if it's a bookstore, they will most likely pre-order it for you if you ask for it. Second, if you pre-order the book, there's a really awesome video right here telling you how you can win a whole bunch of prizes and make your life a whole lot better if you enter this raffle. Magic, lots of magic. There is no magic in this book, but magic will happen if you click here. Click it already. That is all for today. I hope you have a great day and keep reading.